Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
Welcome in. It's too loud. B-Movies and Beyond.
Flipping a little bit there.
Oh, man. Oh, man, this is so cool. The person
Just keep on going with it.
person that made this sound, or track, sorry, Eric, is here with us.
It's like you went to a rave or like a techno concert.
Is that where you got your...
I was going to a lot of raves when I wrote this, yeah.
Yeah,
This would
pacifier?
sound really good with a good sound system.
I know I have monitors when I record stuff.
Yeah, that's why the first time he sent everything, he's like, it sounds great. I'm like, I can't hear anything. Because I'm just listening through the crappy headphones.
I do have to be careful.
What was your inspiration for that song?
I don't remember. You guys.
Yeah.
You guys were my inspiration. Literally, Peter said, do whatever you want. Just think of B-Movies and Beyond. And
lasers.
I imagine B-Movies and Beyond sounds like.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. That's what it sounds like. There was a couple of
Absolutely.
variations I wanted, but I don't really think that would fly anymore. I think that if we were traveling through space in our spaceship, that's the song I want to listen to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome in, everyone, to the show. We're B-Movies and Beyond, weekly podcasts on B-movies and just movies in general.
And beyond.
Yeah, and the beyond. Absolutely. I'm Peter.
I'm Ryan in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I'm Aaron.
Yeah, and Aaron is here as a special guest.
Yay!
Woo! Yep, that's what I
I'm
was
here at
looking
my
for.
house as a special guest.
Dude, this
One
is
day.
like this is the coolest thing. I mean, the fact that we don't have to leave the house anymore to do a show, and we still get to interact with everyone.
And Evan still misses episodes.
Yeah,
Sorry, Evan, I had to.
he's
About
very
that.
busy, very busy. But we had to have a trio, and we got it, and now we're ready to get into some podcasting.
The weird thing, though, is I can't... When I'm looking at Peter explaining things, and then I look back at myself and I look really goofy. I got to find out where Peter is so I can properly just, like, enunciate what the hell I'm trying to say to him. But it's working because his eyes are getting really big right now. Let me try it with Aaron. Aaron,
What's up, dude?
your hair is looking amazing right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Then we're fine.
I added some backlighting because you couldn't see it in the review, and I spent a lot of time on this.
Damn,
Yeah.
Joe.
You did a good job.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thank you.
Some good lighting.
I
I
see
tried
some
to do some
Spider-Man
better
pics back
lighting
there.
than last time, but I just got like this white wash thing. Whatever.
It's kind of like heaven's opened a door in the right corner of your room, which is probably actually the left corner of your room.
So should I go into the light?
Oh, it's beautiful. No,
Don't go to the light, Peter.
not yet.
Okay, I'll wait. Everyone else should wait to go into the light as well, because you need to go check out our YouTube channel and check out our 10-minute review of Guns Akimbo. Also, the last episode with Christine, episode 185.
Lots
there
of
as
weird
well.
hand jerking motions in that one.
Yeah, hand jerking motions. A lot of pointing to the wrong screens because we didn't know where we were. But we're
Dog
into
humping.
Yeah, dog humping too. That's why you got to go visual. You have to go check out the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so
So,
you got to really understand what the hell's going on in the back room.
Yeah, B-Movies and Beyond is
That's
the
the Beyond part.
channel.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Let's
is.
see.
I'd still like Guns Akimbo. And then, hey, is this, do we talk about our next 10-minute review?
Yeah,
Will that come out before this or after?
I don't know. That's up to Aaron.
Aaron?
Wait, why is that up to me?
Because our
Because
special guest is going to edit our last 10-minute review where we did Bloodshot. Aaron, will this be out before this episode airs on Monday?
Yeah.
All right, check out
what's
Bloodshot.
What's
we
today?
also just that's
Today's Thursday, the 9th.
Oh, 3 days is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. It will be out, guys. So check out our newest episode of Bloodshot. These have been a lot of fun to do, and we're getting better at it. We came better prepared for Bloodshot than we did for Guns and Kimbo.
We had notes,
Yeah. Yep.
lots of them.
That's right.
Watch the movie not before going to bed.
That is the key thing right there, is watching the movie.
So, and then, so we had a good episode, our first one with YouTube, just a little recap on that one. But hey, since we were able to talk about Bloodshot, throw the little clip.
What?
Don't we have something for a quick question?
Oh.
I thought you were waiting for a clip to come up on the screen.
I was like, I know how to do that.
We're going to get there, guys. We're going to get there.
I mean, this is edited, so you could throw a clip in there.
What? How?
Sorry.
Why? I have so many questions!
Okay.
I have a
We have
quick question.
questions. Yeah.
Ooh.
How the fuck did you get that audio? That guy sounds like he's in a lot of pain.
He sounds like he's super constipated, right?
You don't recognize it, Aaron?
No.
It's from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy.
You're
I
the
gave
one
up
that-
after the first 2-week power up on that show.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait this long for this guy to shoot this fucking Kamehameha.
It was Cell just yelling at people. I don't know. It's really weird. When you try Googling like questions or a what quote, it always came up, so I used it.
Well, that was our quick question. So on.
Let's move on.
No, I actually have a pretty decent one. Okay, so we watched and reviewed Bloodshot on our 10-minute podcast. So I want to shout out to that one because these are really fun. And so would you want nanites to replace your blood and be able to rewrite your memory through a computer?
That is the plot of Bloodshot, if you didn't know.
Well, that's why they got to watch that too.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
Or
I just want to
nanoshell.
give them a little something to explain.
Cross promotion, Peter.
Well,
Now they got to go check out the review.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
yeah, you're not getting a review. You're just getting a little explanation of the movie. A little backsplaining, Ryan.
Ooh, I like that.
So wait, okay, are you saying that, okay, so you get nanites in your blood, so you get all these like superpowers because like it enhances like your strength, you can heal from it because it's going to heal you, but you're saying that someone has the capability of rewriting your memory?
Well, that's the point of the movie. The nanites in your blood are the ones where they have the control of, so thus they have control over your memory.
They could just like shut you off too. I don't like that.
Would you want that? Like, I mean, if your life was so interesting where like you had to run into tons of danger and get shot many times and be rebuilt, would you want that?
You're leaving out the important part though.
And your memory is getting rewritten by Skynet.
See, I think
Sucks.
the nanite part I'm okay with, but the rewriting your memory I'm not okay with. So what
if you had someone you could trust and control, like one of you guys? I don't know if I'd trust you guys to control my nanites though.
We'll give you some
I'd mess
good
with you every once
memories.
in a while. I like how one side was like, yeah, I'll take care of it. Me, I'm like, nope, I'll mess with you every once in a
Yeah.
while.
That's what I mean. You wouldn't want to piss anyone off.
I'd be like, fucking Aaron, fucking.
But here's the other thing, though, is the fact that you don't know. You don't know that your memories are getting rewritten. So does
like,
it
what
really
if-
matter?
For example,
Yes.
But you don't
like,
know.
what if you had that super good, like, awesome one night stand, but she wasn't that attractive? But like, you're like, hey, you know what, Ryan? Can you just rewrite it so it's Aubrey Plaza? And you're like, yeah, okay. And then that one night stand becomes your memory of you with Aubrey Plaza.
I'm almost sold, except if you were rewriting it, you'd probably make it like Rebel Wilson.
Skinny Rebel Wilson.
Make it any better?
Yeah, I think she would be hot if she was a little thinner.
Okay, touche.
I don't see that. Okay, I would take the nanites, even with they could rewrite my memory. Whatever, I'll do it, dude. All the perks of the nanites, it's awesome. I just gotta have a good friend that's gonna help me and reprogram my memories properly. So I'll do it. I'm in.
Honest, dude, I'd fuck with you too.
Yeah, but again, I'm going back to I just don't know any better, and so I'm fine with it. Whatever.
But
So
then I would remind you 10 years later and be like, dude, look what I made you do.
That would be the biggest just like brain explosion. Like, oh man.
Oh, what?
But would you? And then you have to shut me down because I try to like punch your heart out.
Exactly. But I could just turn you off. That's what I don't like.
I actually kind of like that idea. Okay, well, another one. Do you guys want to go down this rabbit hole? If so, give one memory you'd like rewritten, and who would you replace in there?
This doesn't feel like a quick thing.
Yeah.
Well, you guys read the notes. The notes were there.
I just read
Is that
them.
in the notes?
Yeah, it's actually
One memory.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. One memory. There was one time Aaron tricked me to jump over this thing, and I slipped on ice and fell and hurt myself.
Nobody tricked you to do that.
I would change that to make it seem like I landed it, and then someone really cool like was there to like Natalie Portman was there to be like, oh man, Peter, you're so awesome.
I'm trying to
That's
think
the
if I tried to
memory.
talk you out. I didn't try to talk you out of it, but I definitely didn't try to talk you into it.
That's not how I remember it, Aaron.
You were
I
ready
rewrote
to
my
go.
memories.
You know what I would do for you, Peter? Do you remember that one time at Comic-Con? This is so many years back, pre-get engaged and married and all that. But there was that cosplayer who was dressed up like the rabbit from Zootopia.
Yeah.
And all of us were like, just go do it, Peter. Just go talk to her, man. Just like building him up, like full on confidence. And Peter's like, all right, fine. I would change that girl to be legal age.
Yeah. You could go.
I didn't feel bad about that. She like 15.
Yeah, something like that.
I said.
But Peter came back and I was like, oh, she said no. And Peter was like, nope, she's just underage. And all of us were like, oh,
Yeah. I didn't feel
terrible
bad.
perception.
Yeah, as bad because she said that it's happened multiple times throughout the day to her.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. If you're underage, just come on, stay home.
It's Comic-Con, man. It's not PornCon. We should go to one of those, by the way.
We should
All
go
right.
to a porn con.
They're really cool.
Oh, man. All right, well, all right, let's make that one a quick one. Aaron, do you have one?
Kind of think I could break into the industry if we go to one of those.
So is that the memory you would rewrite? Like instead of you going to Comic-Con, we would rewrite it that you're going to PornCon?
No, I could just do that next year after porn. Actually, porn probably does. I bet porn stars don't get coronavirus because they're already so full of penicillin and shit to stave off the other diseases.
You heard it here first.
I think you're right.
Be a
And
porn star.
they're probably busier than ever right now too, because we're all staying home and we need some entertainment and we need to jerk off.
I know.
We got to
So
make more
thank you.
content.
Thank you.
That
porn
being
stars.
said, the
Thank you
last
for your
4
service.
weeks of lazy masturbation is probably the memory I would change.
That you're really active.
Yeah,
I was running around jerking off.
I would turn my hand into Alicia Vikander.
Oh.
Oh, that'd be
Just-
the weirdest thing. Just say, like this is
She's
this is a person, a little person just on your dick.
I'd be fine with it. Why does she have to be little? No, she'd be life size. She'd be hard to carry
No,
around.
no, that's not jerking off, Aaron. That's just having sex.
Like, you would just be looking at your arm and it would just be her face.
That's what I'm saying, though. No. what?
Oh, so you change your jerking off to actual sex.
Yeah,
I got
you can
really-
change the memories.
Sorry,
Why would I change a jerking off memory to a slightly more complicated jerking off.
If I
memory.
was in charge of your memories, that's what I would do.
I just envision
the
like a
weirdest thing.
Beetlejuice kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
part of his head is like just this obscure head of her, and he's like,
Exactly.
"All right, whatever. That's good enough for me."
That's right. So
I'm not saying that wouldn't be cool.
I know. I mean, oh man, I would totally do that. Oh, guys, I'm so excited for this. We have a new soundbite.
What?
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-movies and beyond.
Yeah.
I like that. That gives 2 pew pews.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait. Oh no, that's
Fists.
two.
2 fists.
2 fisting pew pews.
Yeah.
Pew 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 pew.
Don't say who did that though, just in case.
Oh, I was about to.
It was someone who has pigtails.
Yep. Yeah,
Cool.
and we love it. We're so excited for that. So
Yeah.
thank you.
It was
Tails.
perfect. It was to the description of what we wanted.
Oh,
It is exactly. Even
guys are
you even
welcome.
added stuff.
Is what
Yeah.
I'm sure the person would say.
Yeah.
So
so
thank
we
you
got
to that person who
yes.
ever did that.
We got some new trailers. Has everyone seen this Extraction film? Another Chris Hemsworth being a soldier, extracting a boy. You
Yeah,
know.
when does that get released?
April 24th.
Yeah, end of April
24th?
on Netflix.
Dude, I'm hoping there's a Hemsworth movie that I like other
What do you
than
mean?
him being Thor.
I'm hoping there's going to be a Hemsworth theme movie. Ever.
Did you see 12 Strong?
But that was a good movie, but like
It wasn't Hemsworthy.
there's at least 5 other people I would have preferred in that role that he played.
No.
Like dude, Liam, if he was in every Chris movie other than,
Thor.
you know, Thor.
You would take Liam Hemsworth over.
God, I love Liam. He's delicious.
Well, I know who I'm
He's such a better
replacing
actor.
your memories with now. You said it. You wanted it.
That's not at all what I said, actually.
I like Chris Hemsworth. I just think besides Thor, you're right, Aaron. Like he really hasn't been in that many great films, except for like all his cameos. Awesome. I think spot on. Like cameos in like Vacation, where he just had like the big dick, and then like what other? He's just. I think he's funny. Oh, I liked him in Ghostbusters, the remake. Or not? Is it a remake? Yeah, it's a remake.
I agree, except that I hated everything so much about that movie that he was just kind of like a dim, bright spot. I was like, well, that's funny. I'm glad he's there to lighten my pain.
That's pretty good. A dim light spot. I like
That's
it.
what I go for in life, the dim light spot.
Yeah, I'm more curious. Just like, can Netflix finally make a good film? Because you also have the Russo brothers producing this.
Do you think they'll eventually become the Russo sisters, like the Wachowskis?
One of them is gay, right? One is
Yeah.
gay. Yeah. So
Oh,
who knows?
it's
Maybe.
happening.
Every day
History
we're-
repeats itself.
Yeah. I don't know. That's my biggest concern is like so far, everything that kind of is like released to Netflix that's exclusive or like they actually produce, like I feel like they have like the trailers looked amazing and you actually go and watch it and you're like, well, what the hell happened to this? Like, and I started thinking about this. I think Netflix does not give any notes, and I think that's their issue, and they need to give some notes.
They should talk
Well,
to
they're
us
not
because-
controlling, and that's actually what I like about Netflix. Is if you think of when they first started, like they were an independent film's dream, and people were like going to Netflix for, I mean, what I think was really good content, and now they view Netflix as like this big machine, like Fox or Paramount, and they're not.
Well,
They're still just.
Are you
they're
talking like
letting people
Netflix
make
when?
movies and then they're buying them?
Are you talking Netflix when it was sending out DVDs, or Netflix when it first started streaming?
Streaming.
Okay, because
Why must you question me?
this is a podcast and this is debate.
Oh,
Yeah. Aaron, I don't know if you knew that, but that's falls in line with the beyond part, debating.
Bum, bum, bum. Anyway, I agree with you because when Netflix streaming first happened, like it was like, oh, there's nothing good on here. And
No, Netflix streaming was actually really cool because they were getting all the movies from all these different production companies because no one else was doing it.
Amazing.
It was after the fact that once everyone was like, oh, hey, Netflix has something here. We need to start getting in on this game. So we're not going to release our content on Netflix. We're going to do our own streaming service. And now that's why Netflix is in the position that they are, and pretty much every streaming service, is that they got to make their own content. And they're doing that. I mean, they keep me. I still watch Netflix probably over everything else. But these movies, they're TV shows or whatever you want to call them, or series. I think they're hitting those out of the park. I don't know why those are so good, but their movies that they do are just,
because they're trying to condense like 8 to 13 hours of a series into one movie.
That's every movie though.
Yeah, and they pull it. Like, I mean, a lot of movies pull it off. Like, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you: would you watch an Ozark movie?
No.
Because it needs to be told in a long series, and that's what Netflix is really good at. Okay, great example here. The Breaking Bad movie. It was just kind of okay, at best.
I actually didn't finish it. I fell asleep halfway through. I mean, it felt like Breaking Bad, but at the same time, I was like, it doesn't need to be an hour and whatever it was.
If they did a Jesse series, then I think we would be okay.
Yeah.
So
you got to find the middle ground because first you have to recognize they're two completely different mediums, movies and television. I think sometimes these companies don't understand that. So they don't know which to do with which. Like, I honestly think Bloodshot would be great as a series because there's so much to that universe.
And they're making a series.
Web series.
With the Green Power Ranger.
I'll settle for a web series.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
I mean, that's how we're going to get our content.
Some series that are drug out way too long, and so they're telling too much story, so you're not interested anymore. Or you get some movies that you're like, I need more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Ready? Let's see. Trailers and news. So start us off.
News. Let's get into the news. Aaron, you ready for the news?
What the hell is that voice
Here with
for?
the news.
That's my news voice.
I tried a news voice. It didn't work.
Oh.
You got to say it with your chest.
I said
News!
News!
And here's Peter with the news.
Yeah. Quibi. Is that how you pronounce it?
Don't care.
I thought it was crappy.
It is crappy. It just released on the 6th, April 6th, 90-day free trial. I'm all about 90 days free stuff, so I checked it out.
I signed up for the WWE app for like free 90 days.
There you go. See?
That's how bored I am.
390 days.
390.
I watched. Okay, finish Quibi because I want to talk about WWE.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, okay. So this whole thing, it's meant for phones, because you're supposed to be able to like watch a video like up and down like this.
Why are you watching porno?
See the video. Go to YouTube channel because you can see what I'm pointing to. I'm pointing to my phone. And that was the whole point of it. And he also it's like 10 minutes. Like everything's like 10 minutes or less. So I start watching some of it. I watched like the one like called Flip with Will Forte and the chick from Dee from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it's pretty funny, but again, they're doing 10-minute things, and then the whole time I was flipping my phone into landscape because you can get the different version of it, which is way better because it's more cinematic. Like you get to see everything instead of like just one person at a time on your phone straight up in portrait mode. It's freaking ridiculous. Just do a normal streaming service.
I think it's cool that they're trying to, because so many people watch their phones like that, and it's just
Who watches their
find,
phone like that?
No, I'm just saying, like, there are certain things that, like, I hate it when people do landscape photos for social media, because I'm like, people are going to look at this on their phone. If I flip my phone and look at this in landscape,
That's already an extra effort for no reason.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
okay.
like it
That's
doesn't
a good
improve
point.
it. So take your pictures
Well-
in 4:3, which is what phones. I mean, that's what I like. So the fact that they're trying to do this with video, I think it's kind of cool, because there are some things that I watch where I'm like, I just prefer watching like this if it looks right.
Like on YouTube, I'll do it like in portrait. I don't really care, but like it's like, but at the same time, like it's fine that it's smaller. Like they like everything's bigger because it's full screen like, in portrait mode. But they actually put a lot of effort into these films. Like you can tell, like they threw some money at it. I
Yeah.
mean, they got well-known actors and everything, but again, the 10 minutes things, it is TV, like normal, but in a portrait mode that just doesn't make any sense, because I never watched it in portrait mode. I switched it back and forth just to test it, and like I always pick the landscape because of the fact that you want to see everything. You don't want to see just one head. You want to see what they're looking at. You want to see what's going on around them.
I think that's their mistake, is trying to film it both ways. You're going to pick the better way, where I think of it is, if they're going to perfect this, they need to do it more like Vine or
Is it
TikTok
different?
videos like those. Most of those you watch in portrait mode.
Is it different footage, or is it just that they clip the landscape
They
into
clipped it. They clipped it. So it's like almost like when they took like a widescreen film, and then when it went down to like a full screen TV, they just edit that and they put in there what they want. But
yeah, when you used to have to watch the letterbox, like
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So I haven't used this app yet, but when you're scrolling through is there a way to scroll through the media, or is it like you pick a show and then you watch it?
What? Yeah, you pick a show and you watch it, but are you saying you can watch the show and then scroll through the media and continue to watch it, or look?
No. So this is the way it should work with the cell phone, because what Quibi is trying to capitalize on is the quick 10-minute episode, right?
Yeah, but they're not. It's like watching a 30. Like the Flipped is like a 30-minute. It's a 30-minute like long episode, like typical sitcom.
But this is what I'm asking. When you're scrolling through Instagram or any social media, you're just scrolling until something catches your attention. Then that's when you stop, and that's when you capture your attention. Is that how the platform is, or is it like you pick and then you pick your episode and then you watch that?
You can see everything, and then you would select it and you watch it. But like, there's nothing, and then you just. It's like normal. It's like any other streaming service. There's nothing fancy.
Do a feed. They need to do a feed. So what they need to do is get their content and have it in a scrolling feed and get eye-catching clips that capture your attention, and then you just sit there and watch it. That's how they're going to win.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're overreaching with the format. Like, if you're going to do portrait, dedicate to portrait. That way.
Just like Instagram, how it says, do you want to watch more? And then you click it and you're like, okay, I'm captivated. And then
like their IGTV, like that's good.
Yeah.
But even that one, you have the option of flipping the landscape, which not everybody does. But that's what I'm saying is, don't even give landscape an option. If you're going to do portrait, and make whatever you're trying to make, whatever content, dedicated to that.
Yeah, I don't. For me personally, when I saw the comparison and I saw like what I was missing in landscape, or when I was in portrait, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to use this. I'm not going to use portrait. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, because I get so much more. And I really don't like, does anyone really have an issue holding their phone in that way?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if I'm watching something on my phone, there are some things that I prefer in portrait mode for some reason. And
But is it because
it's got to be the content itself, like the way they're filming it?
Yeah, so that's
like, there's
different.
some things I will film in portrait mode because I'm like, well, it looks better this way. I'm not trying to film a movie. I'm just doing like a little clip of the family or something. And I think
see that's very.
That's why I'm saying they're overreaching. Is they need to just.
They are like they're they're filming this in cinematic. Like, I mean, it's very cinematic. I swear they're doing a good job. It's just it's weird. The 10-minute things, it's like you got to the first commercial and then there's commercial and then you're like, okay, well that was just the first part. It's not enough that you wanted to like, oh, I really want to keep on watching. Like I watched like they released the first like 3, I guess, episodes, 10-minute long of Flip. I had to watch all 3 before I was like, okay, because that was like a full episode, So that was the other thing. That was one of my questions. It's like, all right, they're gonna do 10 minutes each time. Like how are they gonna get all their content? Like, how's that gonna play out? Like, it is so much better when you watch it all in a row, all 3. So you're watching the full episode. You're like, oh, okay, this is way better. But the whole 10-minute thing it's stupid. Except for, I will say, they do have some like news and stuff that's 10 minutes. I thought I didn't watch it, but I feel like that would be the perfect length. And there's also, they did a new series of Punked, which each segment is its own little a segment of Punked. It was the right length. It was the right.
That's how that works.
Yes, it was the right format for that. It's like you could take all that and just put it on YouTube. It's like all that. It was just like a clip. So I guess my point is that
would work for sketch comedy, like Saturday Night Live. It would work for all that. It would work.
That's what I mean. They just got to get the format right because people are watching stuff in portrait mode on their phones. That's what they're trying to capitalize on. They're watching. Well, I guess Vine's not a thing anymore. They're watching TikToks. They're doing this in portrait mode. These are short videos, so they just need to get the format right. I like that they're trying to tap into this, and maybe they're trying to do something different by doing the more cinematic stuff, but they just need to give that up.
Yeah.
And just do professional storytelling. Like, I don't like that's why I don't do TikTok or any of that crap, because it's amateurs doing amateur stuff.
Yeah. But here's the other thing.
So if you take that format and get professionals to do that stuff, that could be pretty cool.
You take the format, but like you said, you have to make it work with that. And on top of that, you also have to make it, if you're trying to do like this 10-minute thing, you have to make it work for that too. Like, if you're doing like a straight up, just like a 30-minute long episode, and then you're just like breaking into segments, like, to me, that doesn't quite work. Like,
no.
You should, like what they did with Punked, it works just fine. Same thing with news. I feel like I can get a news segment in 10 minutes or more. It works. It's a complete episode. They got to make complete episodes with that content, where that's what they're not doing either, is that they just have a part and then like just kind of ends like, oh, and then you got to watch the next one because, oh yeah, now we get it because it's a full episode. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean though. Why break it up? Like, dedicated to the format. Like,
yeah,
if you're gonna do 10 minutes, make it a full 10 minutes of like resolve it at the end.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, here's the first 10 minutes of a 30-minute thing. Then I'm just like, I'm not, no, thanks.
Or end it in a way that makes you like, oh, I want to come back and see, but actually make it kind of end. Like, there is some of, and I feel like there was some parts like, oh, okay, it kind of felt that way, but at the same time, like, on Flip, like, it also didn't feel that way at times. So it was definitely give or take, where I think some people maybe kind of understood the format, and other guys just like, no, I'm just going to do a normal show.
Yeah.
You guys figure it out. So
yeah,
I don't know.
It sounds like they're overreaching.
Yeah. The stuff they got, like, I am curious about these other shows because the trailers, a lot of them look amazing. And there's another survival show on there, which I might watch.
Going to the moon?
Maybe.
See, that stuff would be kind of cool, but some of that stuff, like the documentary stuff, it fits in that first-person camera mode where someone's taking a selfie. Like, it works in that format. Stuff.
You can't travel to the moon in 10 minutes.
You what?
You can't travel to the moon in 10 minutes.
Well, you don't document the whole traveling time.
Well, I want to see if someone throws up halfway through.
So you document that one part. In this episode, Ryan pukes.
Yeah. Make that complete. It's the puke episode. Other news. The Cats movie used to have buttholes in it.
Like the one that just came out?
Yep.
How do you know that?
I read an article on it.
So maybe this is why this movie failed, is because
There's no buttholes.
Well, someone's attention to detail was that they were like, "All right, guys, we need to CGI some cat buttholes."
Well, yeah. Apparently,
It would have cost a lot of money if they had a CJ out all those buttholes.
well, and I guess it went so far where like, from my understanding on it, the director, I forget his name, but like he just did not understand like that they would like film stuff and then they would kind of do like a mock visual effects on it, like not the complete rendering of it. And the director just didn't get it. Like, no, this looks like garbage. What are you showing me? And so they had like render like every single scene to like absolute like really good visuals so that he would understand what was going on. And apparently, like, I mean, whoever was doing this decided that they needed cat buttholes in this. And throughout this process, they eventually noticed that, like, oh shit, there's a butthole on the screen. And then they had to go back and re-edit, or not re-edit, but do the visuals and remove all the buttholes. So I don't know. I personally hope there was a cut of that, and they should do the butthole cut. It might be popular.
Yeah. So it was Tom Hooper who was the director of that. Do you think because of cat buttholes, he's not going to get another movie? Because he made some decent ones. I mean, he made John Adams with HBO. He made The King's Speech and that Les Miserables, whatever.
I think what's going to happen is there's going to be whatever he's going to do next is something that doesn't have a lot of CGI. That's what's going to happen. Because
so really, he
just did it.
He couldn't comprehend.
Les Miserables had tons of CGI though.
I don't. Well, like, but was anyone being turned into a cat? I think that's what he couldn't figure out. I don't know.
Need to redo someone's butthole?
That's where he just lost all comprehension.
Yeah.
He's like,
are these people cats or are they cats or are they cat people? I don't get it.
I need to see their butthole.
Yeah.
Look at this picture of my cat. He has a butthole. Where are the buttholes?
And then our saddest news is Denver Comic-Con. No.
Pop Culture Con.
Yep, Denver Pop Culture Con is
Let's
delayed
be PC.
to November, right? Is that what I heard?
Thanksgiving weekend.
Now, I guess that's the real thing is that a good weekend to have this?
No.
I really don't care because Thanksgiving for me ends on Thanksgiving. So if I have to go to Comic-Con Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm full of turkey. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, you think they're going to have some Black Friday sales?
Oh, ooh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
I've done Comic-Con before, Denver Pop Culture Con, sorry. Multiple times where I try to do all my like Christmas shopping there because I got a lot of nerdy friends and they all like this stuff. So I try to get everything from there. So for me personally, this doesn't take away much. I'm still on board and I'll still go.
Wait, you buy your Christmas gifts like not in November and December?
No, I try to get stuff beforehand, but sometimes I can't wait that long.
Dude, it's so much cheaper if you buy throughout the year.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the big question is, okay, the celebrity list didn't seem that exciting this year.
Well, I'm wondering,
dude, ever since they did Denver Pop Culture Con, I hate to say it, but we are not the hub that we should be.
Well, every con has to do it now. It's because of San Diego. San Diego trademark Comic Con, so every other con.
I'm not talking about the name, just the way they do things with the nonprofit and everything, and they're aimed towards kids. I love kids, but you're fucking up my Comic-Con, dude.
Yeah, you kids don't know shit about comics.
The ladies cosplayed those first few years.
Oh man, no rules. Titties are out. Yeah. Hey, Aaron.
Hi, Peter.
How do you support the show?
What?
That's not how you do it.
Hey, yeah, you're a guest host. Like, how do you support the show? And don't say that you create all the music for it, but how would you?
Pretty big.
There's some music and then it shows up on it. So
yeah,
it takes a lot of time. All the time I would be advertising for you. I'm creating your music.
Do you tell your friends to watch
that being
the show?
Said,
or listen? Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot.
How do you think other people should support the show? Because if they can't do the music.
Yeah. We don't want anybody else to do it.
I tell everyone about you guys, but I could do more, like actually sending them links and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone I work with, I'm always like, oh, you listen to podcasts, you got to listen to B Movies and Beyond.
Yeah, you
Listen to
have
B-Movies.
to.
You have to.
See, and at that moment when you say that, you just either grab their phone, go to their podcast app, and then just subscribe.
Like I said, I could be a lot more aggressive.
Or you can send them a text message and be like, here you go. And then set it on repeats every 5 minutes until they actually subscribe.
I got to work with these people, bro.
I know.
They'll be okay. They're fine with it.
Yeah. And then you got to be like, did you listen to that last episode?
Yeah.
Did you watch that last episode?
So, Aaron, this is what you do. You send these links in a text message, and you say, this is what you got to put in there. You got to rate and subscribe and do a quick review, just saying, that, hey, 5 stars. Because, I mean, we are 5 stars. I mean, anything less than that is just absurd.
We should be like 7 or 8 stars.
Yeah, if they could do that, we definitely would, but you can't. So 5.
Yeah.
And then Ryan
5
will give
stars
you,
out of 5?
Yeah, 5 stars out of 5, and Ryan will give you 10. But then
I'll give you 10.
Yeah. And then
Personally.
we already talked about subscribing. Then the other thing, Aaron, this is huge. Just send them the bmoviesbeyond.com website link, because then they can go there and they can buy stuff from the store, like these shirts. And I wish we had a beanie to show, but there's beanies, Aaron.
I wish you had really cool shorts.
We're working on that. They're actually pretty cool.
I know.
They are board shorts.
We're trying to get underwears that say pew, 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 pew on them.
They don't make underwear, though.
Well, we should just...
We could make underwear.
We should handcraft our
You
own
got to
underwear.
put a pew-pew right where most tips of the penis would be.
We'll do that. We'll work on that. And then on top of that,
on top of the pew pew,
is from our website, you can also subscribe to all our social medias, because we're doing stuff there and we need some interactions, guys. So
dude, and
that's what
it
really helps, because I gotta admit I'm terrible at this. But like when you guys do the little contests, like I don't know if you noticed, but I interact and I share.
Yeah, you do.
So the more active you guys are, the more active I am.
Aaron, you're not supposed to put this back on us. This is all about you, Aaron. No. This is all on you. You send that text message out, and then we'll do some stuff on the site.
And you interact when we interact.
Yeah.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah, but you made it seem like, hey, you guys should interact more. Then I'll interact as well.
You should.
And we will. And we're going to.
Look me in the eye. Interact more.
All right, guys, let's get into some reviews.
Don't sue us. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right, who wants to go first?
I will go first.
All right.
Let me get ready for this. Are you ready? So, hold on. Just video purposes only.
Oh, you gotta
do this.
Mad little indentation from your headgear there.
And then try it.
If you haven't, you're not going to the YouTube channel. You can't see how Ryan's dressed up as now.
Yeah, I am going to review Rambo: The Last Blood.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Rambo is a very. Has anybody watched all the Rambos? Because I actually want to go back and watch all the Rambos again.
I haven't seen the last one.
Okay, well, this is why I'm reviewing it. Because, John Rambo is just a certified badass. Like, there's nothing that he can do that's just not badass. Like, he stabs people with... Do I have a knife prop? I might have all this stuff here.
A knife prop.
It's all in my room. It's somewhere around here. I have a big old knife somewhere around here. But well, I have a really big one.
It fits so well because you have camo Headset.
And you know what?
You're wearing a headset?
Yeah, and look,
You can't
I got
see it.
I got camo shorts with my white.
Dude, put some shorts on, bro.
I know it's weird. So,
Ryan, I got a knife.
dude, I
Yeah.
had a really cool one.
Jeez. Are you gonna do Ace Ventura?
I'm sorry?
Oh snap! Rambo: Last Blood, completely different movie than all the other Rambos. Still John Rambo, where he's like keeps to himself until shit hits the fan. And then when it really hits the fan, then he's gonna fuck you up. So this story, he's just trying to live his life peacefully at the border of like San Diego and Mexico with this family that's kind of taken him in, and he has this adopted like niece or whatever he calls his niece, and he allows her to have a party, but she's more interested in trying to find her father who lives in Mexico, and so she links up with one of her cousins and gets them set up, and she sneaks out to Mexico to go meet her dad. Well, as they all expected, her dad's kind of a piece of shit, and he basically tells her that he's going to deny her, and she gets really sad. And then the whole movie is about human trafficking. So it's like a kind of a real serious event that's happening. And so John Rambo's all old because he's old, and he like confronts the Mexican cartel and they kick his ass, and then that's when he goes all Rambo on them. So like he gets them to without spoiling anything, he gets them to go back to his complex with all his underground bunkers, and he just fucks them up.
Wait, so like a whole like army of people like come to his like compound to fight him?
Yeah, because he goes to their compound and he's like on a mission now to stop human trafficking. Like I'm John Rambo and I'm gonna stop human trafficking in Mexico.
That's
And
a
if
good,
there's anybody,
mission.
if there's anybody who can do it, it's John Rambo.
Yeah. So is this as good as like? I really liked just Rambo. I thought it was.
The original or the one where he mows down like
Not
200.
the one before this.
Yeah, because the first one is First Blood. Rambo is the second to last one, and we're like, yeah, where is he? Like Taiwan or something? I don't know. Korea.
He's like mowing down all those like people with a Gatling gun.
It was so brutal.
That's the best one, dude. That's the best Rambo I've ever seen. This one is a little bit more.
You might be right there.
Yeah.
Except
this
the story in First Blood is so good.
Yeah, First Blood is good. The story in First Blood is awesome. The story in Last Blood, the one I watched, was pretty good too. I mean, real life shit. And then, but I mean, like Rambo, the Gatling gun, mowing everybody down.
So good.
Yeah. So I think Sylvester Stallone really just kind of hit the bell curve in school where it's like there's that A student, but then like all the other ones are like C's and F's or whatever. He just made everything equal. So
what? The curve?
Yeah. So he just flattened the curve on all his movies and made him amazing with this one.
Well, I think what I love about him is he has not grown much as an actor or a writer, but because of that, I get to enjoy like the same style of movies that I grew up with.
Yeah,
he sticks to what he knows.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
His franchise is going. He started a couple new ones with Expendables,
Rocky,
and the Expendables, but like they're all the same style that we love.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like no one else is doing action like that. I guess Jean-Claude tried to kind of come back with it, but
in what sense? What?
He's after he was in Expendables, he did another kickboxing movie. He did another. I think they did another Universal Soldier, didn't they?
He needs to do another Bloodsport.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's in the
he
works.
kind of tried to do the same thing where he revived his stuff. Unfortunately, the best thing he's done is that little commercial he did with the semis.
Yeah, and all his stuff just went straight to video, so like it didn't quite work. Like like Stallone was still making like, you know, Escape Plan. That was another franchise.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I need
So,
to fix my handkerchief.
yeah, you
That
do.
looks good.
Yeah,
Supposed
well,
to
I gotta
wear it on
find my
your mouth.
knives too.
That looks good.
So you recommend it, huh?
I would recommend it, and then go back and watch all the other Rambos.
All right.
I mean, we have the time now.
They're so good.
We do. We
They're
do.
really good.
Yeah. Aaron, what did you watch?
I'm gonna do Lock and Key, the
All
Netflix
right.
series.
Nice.
I know you did it as a recommend earlier, so I'm gonna review it because
Yeah.
I've actually finished it.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. I'll get
work
there.
harder. It's fantastic.
I'll get to it.
Good.
Is that your
What a-
review?
Yeah, what about it? Like,
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's it.
No, it's really good. So, Lock and Key, for those of you that don't know, is based off a comic book by Joe Hill, who's some guy who writes pretty good, I guess. But for me, this is like one of my favorite comic book series. And when I heard it was getting made into a series, I was very, very excited. Always a little skeptical because they take something beloved by a good author. Sometimes it's hit or miss. It's good
Yeah.
or bad, you know?
You're never sure if it's actually going to be good or
Yeah.
you're going to adapt it well. But I did notice, though, that Joe Hill helped adapt this. So
Exactly, which
I feel
they've
like
been
that
doing a
helps.
lot more, I feel like, ever since George R. Martin got on board with Game of Thrones. I feel like that's just the norm. Or even Robert Kirkman for Walking Dead. He was so involved with that series that seems to kind of be like studios know now. Like, if you're going to adapt something, at the very least, you have to get the author on board.
really, you think so?
Otherwise,
'Cause
there's no hope.
I just read an article about the new Spawn reboot, and it seems like it's in production hell because of Todd McFarlane. Like,
Well, because no one will accept his script. He wants this new one to get made a very specific way, and I'm glad he's sticking to his guns because it's been like years.
Yeah.
But he wants it done. He doesn't want to have another repeat of the other one, which I love, but nobody else does.
I like it.
I loved it too.
So good.
It was
John
fantastic.
Leguizamo is the best clown.
He was a good Luigi too.
He was. But I agree with you, and I think it helps because they know the source material, and they're also, I mean, they're writers, and they understand everything that's going on and how it can potentially affect everything. You know, like, all right, you know, I'm sure they probably even thought about like let's just talk like Walking Dead. You know, they probably thought about, all right, what if this character did this thing? Like, he probably already thought of that before he even wrote it. It's like, no, I'm gonna go this direction with it because I think that's more interesting. Not to say that not. But I think that's it's so great. I mean, it's part of the reason why The Walking Dead was, you know, so entertaining. And I guess,
Until season 8.
well,
Yeah, it's still so entertaining.
it's still there. But
I'm a
so
local fan, but I will admit, like, season 1 through 3 were its hyper.
yeah,
Dude, Shane should have stayed way longer in the series. I know he died early in the comics too, but just
He
having
stayed way longer than he should have.
Oh no, Shane was the one who made that series amazing.
I agree to disagree, but he was good. He was very good, but so many more people made that series amazing.
yeah. I liked how you got new characters that made it amazing from the comic book, or other characters that either died off really soon and they made the new series really cool. Like, I think that's
in peace, T-Dog.
Yeah, like there's just some cool stuff, and I think you're right. I mean, it's important to have that, and you know, I hope they continue that with Locke and Key. Like, did they set up for a second season or?
Yeah, they did, but they also did something really cool. Because I read through the entire series, which I think is 5 trade paperbacks plus one that's kind of a side story. They covered enough to kind of be a standalone while building up to another season, because so many of our favorite series are getting canceled on Netflix. I think it was cool for them to do a full story as opposed to just, they stayed true to the comics, but they also told a lot more story than they had to in the first
Yeah.
season. I think just to round it off and say maybe if they don't take it to season 2, this is still a good season. It's a good series. But as far as I know, they're on for season 2. So
I hope
Good.
so. I mean, I know I haven't
I
finished
think
it.
they're already in production. Obviously, nothing's being produced right now, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're already working on it. So
Interesting.
I know
Ooh. All right. Well, would you recommend Lock and Key?
every day. It's really well acted. It's a really good story. Just to sum up real quick, it's a family. It's like a horror supernatural, which Joe Hill does really well. It's got some magic elements in there, some scary elements. It's also kind of lighthearted, so I would recommend it.
Awesome. Well, I might watch Lock and Key. I'm actually having my buddy download the Mario Brothers movie because I can't find that on streaming services. So,
They're trying to bury that movie. I don't know why.
Hey, aren't they? Am I not the only one who can't find this?
No,
I
you're not.
own it.
You would,
I have it on VHS.
and that's not a bad thing.
I used
Ooh.
to. I bought it. I rebought it on DVD.
I'll trade you, dude. I can't watch it. I don't have a VCR.
I still have a VCR.
My VHS Super Mario for your Blu-ray.
No, it's DVD.
They never
I don't think.
Blu-ray.
No, they did not.
Wow, you heard it here first. A B movie trade. Peter, what'd you watch?
I watched Girl on the Third Floor.
Whoa, dude, we're talking movies, not your like weird sex escapades.
Danielle's on
Is
the
it having
third
sex if you're
floor.
just watching them in their rooms?
Which
Because I've had a lot of sex.
this is very strange because that's kind of like a plot of this film is watching sex. So it's weird. This has CM Punk. He's like the main guy. He's Don, and he's like this expecting father who's he's not a very good husband, but he's off to renovate this rundown mansion that they bought that they're gonna build their family there, I guess. And so it's just him renovating the whole thing, and then weird shit starts to happen. And so like I don't. This is the weird part about this film is that all this stuff happens, and he just seems to be like he just doesn't even care. Like there's like ooze coming out of like light sockets, coming out of pipes. Like it was. This house is very kind of sexual. It's kind of weird because it looked like jizz coming out of the light sockets. Very weird.
What is this movie?
Girl on the Third Floor. You're interested now?
Kinda. Well, I mean, he said CM Punk, and I checked out, and I started looking up Mario Brothers. But I just don't like CM Punk, dude. I don't like him as a wrestler, and I don't like him as an actor. I think he's just so flat.
Whatever, dude. You're flat.
I felt why he was in this is because he was just so good at just staring. There's so many long shots where he's just staring off into nothing, and it was a little bit unsettling. But I will say, like, I don't think he's the greatest of actors.
I don't think anyone thought that.
Yeah, but I mean, he was all right. I mean, and again, I think this whole film is just kind of okay. Like, is a really interesting premise and what they tried doing, like with the house and it trying to like affect him. Like, there was some really cool scenes at the end that was like, holy shit! Like I'd say almost like maybe like Terrifier level where,
Really?
yeah, like just cutting skin and stuff. Like it was.
Bold statement, my friend.
Yeah, I, not quite that level, but below that. But the overall plot is just odd, and like the fact that like all this bad shit was happening around him, and he just seemed to like not notice. He just put it off, and so I didn't. And that was the strange part. That was the part I couldn't get past. That they never really explained that either. And
He wasn't like in his character necessarily, where they gave you a reason why he would ignore that.
yeah, exactly. Or if like the house was just had a spell on him, like like Amityville Horror or something like that. Like they didn't never.
Or like Paranormal Activity.
Sure, yes, but like they never. There was nothing there for him. Like he just kind of like, well, whatever. I guess I gotta fix that. Like there was like all this black goop in like a pipe. He's like, that's normal. Like just a lot of weird things that seemed supernatural that he just found like, I just need to fix that.
I blame that on the writers.
Yeah. Again, yes, there was part of that, and then he would just like break holes in the walls, and then like. Or like you know how like they did that classic like a stain just keeps on reforming on a wall. You can't get rid of the stain, like even though you painted over it. Like he just kept on like.
Oh, what's that movie? Is that Dark Water where they did
I think
that?
so. Yeah, but like so he just does this, and like he just never like even questions. He's like, "Fuck, I guess I just did a terrible job painting." Like that was his reasoning behind it. So some cool parts to it overall. Not super well executed, and it's almost like two movies in one because
Like Star Wars.
Yeah, where like there gets to a certain point towards the end where it turns into a whole different movie with a new character. So
should it be a mini series?
No.
You almost had me convinced there for a minute.
I thought about it, but I was like, because I just don't think it's not a concept that I feel like. I take that back. It's already been kind of done with the first season of American Horror Story. Like it was kind of like like similar to that. Like they already did it. So
okay,
would they do it? Yes, but I don't think with this director and writer and actors, they would. Whole new crew. That's what they need.
To me, sometimes it's evident if you see a movie and you're like, you know what, that would have been better as a series. Like it's pretty obvious when you feel that way. It's like I need more, or they squeezed too much in just 2 hours. Like,
yeah, I don't feel like they squeezed it or anything. I again like I'm like split down the middle on this film. Is that they had some really cool stuff, but then also just some poorly executed things, and you didn't, again, like the main character you didn't really like. So that was the hard part with this, is that you weren't rooting for anyone. You're almost rooting for the haunted house, So
what if the haunted house is the main character? What if the house is the main character?
Well, maybe it was.
You could do that better too, though.
Yeah, but that's why this is almost like Batman. What's that? The telling joke.
The killing joke.
The killing joke. That's it. Yeah, not telling. Where it had a very like up to a point where like it was like, all right, this is that film, and it had a very different style, and then they take it and like, all right, now we're gonna do a whole nother movie in that same movie. Like that's what
Two
happens.
Different tones. Very different tones.
Yes, that's what happens in this film, where you have someone that you're not on board with. And you're like, I don't care really what happens to this guy. And then you have this next character that comes in where you're a little bit more like, oh no, that person doesn't deserve any of this. And so you're kind of rooting for that person. So maybe that's what the director was going for. I don't know, but
I doubt it, dude. I think some people just aren't great at storytelling or character development, and a lot of the times we write it off as, oh, that's a bad movie, but sometimes it's just one aspect of a story that they're missing.
Yeah. So I'd say half of it's good. That's my review
I don't
of
love
it.
a good half movie.
Yeah. Like I've been trying to get other people to watch it, because I'm trying to figure out like if it's just me or if it's the actual film. Like Aaron, I want you to watch it and you tell me your thoughts. Like Am I
I'll
just
watch it because when it comes to horror movies, I got weird taste, man. It's really hard for me to hate a horror.
I'll watch it. Where do you
Yeah.
watch it at?
it's on Netflix. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not terrible. It's just not where it
Good.
could have been. And so I don't know. Like, for me, it took me out enough out of the film. So I don't know. I need a second
Yep.
opinion.
But since you've talked about it, I'll watch it, and then I'll either be like, "Oh, I see what he was talking about," or I'll be like, "Nah, motherfucker's crazy. This is a masterpiece."
Well, that's what I want to know. Like, maybe I missed some like underlying like message, you know? Like, that's what I want to know.
Like you did with Terminator.
Sure.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hey, you know what? I watched Dark Fate the other day, and second time around, I really enjoyed it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
No, I did. I thought it was okay.
Didn't we go see that together?
Yeah, and I hated it.
Yeah, it was not good.
I watched it again. And,
What were you
know
drinking? And did you have your phone out? Yeah, we know. Go to the
So
YouTube channel.
You
so
hated
see
it
how
when you had to sit there in a theater and watch it, but when you have your phone to distract you, it's a much better movie. I
And
hear
a glass of whiskey, and
Yeah.
and it's kind of like Quibi. Like this movie should be on Quibi.
you. Crappy.
Sure. So, all right, let's get into some recommendations.
Good call out on that, by the way.
What?
Good call out on that. What were you drinking? Was your phone out?
Yes. Oh, 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 God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
Best movie ever.
It's so good.
Terminator: Dark Fate.
No,
That's right.
Shut up.
I'm going to go first on this, on my recommendation.
Hold on, let me go first on this.
No. I'm going to go first because...
No, but let me go
You guys
first.
want to do
I-
the same thing, so let me go first.
No. I just don't understand why no one's told me that there's this great show on Netflix called Ozark. Like,
Dude,
it
what?
Kiss my ass. Do you really want me to out you on this?
We've literally told you how awesome
the first
Ozark is.
episode. I don't think it's really that interesting. I only watched
Yeah.
the first episode.
I watched
Peter,
it.
you have to get to the second episode. That's where it really grabbed me.
I
And it
watched
took you, what, 2 or 3 more years to listen to me?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay, so are you done with the series?
No, I'm on the second season. Danielle, we're like, hey, we should try watching this, and we started watching it.
Dude, Ozark
So
is
good.
so good. Like,
So good.
It is, and
you know, go ahead. Yeah,
I don't
tell
even
us.
know. It just took me the third time to really watch the first episode to be like, I don't know why I wasn't captivated by this on the first episode, because there's a lot of shit that happens in that first episode, and it took me 3 times to finally like, oh, I get it.
The second they threw someone out a window, because I kind of knew where you were coming from. I was like, I get it. Like, I sat there for a while. I was like, why am I watching this? I'm waiting for it to go. As soon as that motherfucker hit the street, I was like, I'm in.
Oh, and yeah.
Because
and
from
was-
that point on, that show is 1,000 miles an hour.
Oh, dude, it's
Here's my what my issue was because I was always doing something else while watching that film, and
Were you
everything
drinking
happened.
whiskey and watching your phone?
No, I think sometimes I was trying to edit the podcast and watch it. It just didn't work.
Is that why you were aggro with it? You're like, fucking Marty
You
Bird.
definitely can't
Yeah,
do that with a
probably.
show like that, because then it's just a bunch of empty dialogue.
Oh, exactly.
If you're
I
not
missed.
paying attention, you're just like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, you miss all those quick things that happened.
Yeah.
And oh man, like Jason Bateman, like I feel like this is the role that he was meant to play, because it's still Jason Bateman, but like I don't know, like in a whole nother light. Like I don't understand. Like it's
Yeah.
weird, but he does it so amazing because he's just so nonchalant. You know, he's just very like
To the point. He knows
straight
how
to the point. And he's no nonsense kind of guy, and like it really resonates with me, and he pulls it off so well.
He's very believable as a smart person.
Yeah,
as a smart
As
money
a
launderer.
very intelligent
Yeah.
character that he plays on that show.
but
he
also,
pulls it
but
off
a little
incredible.
bit awkward too, where like you're still interested in him. Like he's like not
Awkward in the world he's been forced to be in.
Well, no, even then, like he's not a salesperson. You know, like his partner was the salesperson. He was just
Yeah.
he was the numbers guy.
That's
And
what
you-
I'm saying, though, is as a smart guy, where the awkwardness comes into is what he's been forced into.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is a dark Arrested Development. That's all it is.
It is. Holy shit. Yes, you're
It really is.
Yeah. Well, so that's my recommendation, Ozark. I don't know why it took me years to finally get to it.
I started
Dude.
season 3, and season 3 is amazing.
I'm
so
not
far.
a huge binger. Like, I really don't believe in it.
Me neither.
That's the one show,
hmm
and I can say this with confidence because Stranger Things, I love it, but I can wait for it. Walking Dead, I love it. I can wait for it. Westworld, a little bit. But this show, every time I finished it, I was so sad.
hmm
Really?
That I was not going to know what was the next part of this story. Like, Ozark to me is the best thing. I don't know how this isn't getting awards. Like,
I don't know
I-
how either.
I mean,
It's not.
Ozark to me is how everybody made Breaking Bad. Like when Breaking Bad was every
Yeah.
season it was ending, everybody was like, "Oh my god, Breaking Bad's the best fucking thing ever."
but to me, this is 10 times better.
It is.
Oh,
It
dude,
is.
Good.
there has been parts in the first season that I was just we're like, what the hell just happened? And other times where you're just like, you're cringe. It's cringeworthy where you're just like, I can't believe this is happening right now. Is this really happening?
Oh, it's so
Man.
tense.
Yeah.
And they're not campy about it. It never comes off as cheesy or like they're
No.
trying to force you. Like, the performances are so good. I'm always just like,
Yeah.
no, like,
Yeah.
I'm in.
It's the writing great. The writing's great. The directing is great on all the episodes. Jason Bateman's done like a handful of them, and I actually those are probably some of my favorite ones that he actually directed. Like it's just great all around. So Ozark, check it out.
I have a recommendation.
Yeah.
It's this little show on it's on season 3 about now. But
Uh-huh.
it's Ozarks. Have you guys heard of this?
Oh no. What's it about?
Oh man, I don't know. No,
It sounds like shit.
it's terrible. I mean,
Just buying businesses and strip clubs? Titty bars. Is it
titty
about that?
bars and casinos and rednecks in Missouri.
All those rednecks are so cool, though.
Yeah, I know. No, to continue, that is a pretty good series. I'm going to say what I recommend is watch us on YouTube because I love doing this. And I think we're going to be much bigger than Chris D'Elia pretty soon. Even though he has a Netflix special that I'm going to watch in a couple days, we're going to be better than him. So
On YouTube.
And rules social media for the past year.
yeah,
For a stand-up comedian,
dude, he's killed it.
you guys need to learn from him on promoting yourself.
I know. Yeah,
That's
we
true.
got to be pretty much straight up assholes to our fans.
I know. I don't
doesn't-
understand
He
it.
doesn't ask his comedian friends to help him promote. He does it himself.
Yeah, he calls his comedian friends a bunch of old ass losers, and then they go for it. So
It's like the oldest
yeah.
one. He hangs out with a bunch of kids.
he has a new special coming out. I'm excited for that because I'm kind of tired of watching the same Netflix comedian specials, and yeah, and
Sorry.
I'm ready. And I will say that besides that, just hang out with us for a little bit.
For an hour and a half.
Oh, that's your recommendation? Nice.
See, you got to throw us in there a little bit.
Yeah. Aaron, what do you got?
I changed mine. I'm going to piggyback your Bateman thing because I totally forgot that I watched this series recently. As a quick note, if you need a happy escape on YouTube, check out John Krasinski's Some Good News. It's amazing. I cried. I
Oh,
laughed.
makes you
doing
feel
such a
so good.
thing.
Yeah.
So check out Some Good News. But my recommendation, The Outsider, it's a Hulu stream.
HBO.
Is it?
Or
Yeah, I
HBO.
thought it's, yeah,
Sorry,
it's HBO.
I just watch it on Hulu. But it's HBO. It's an adaptation from a Stephen King book. It's one of the best book adaptations I've seen.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
You
And
read the
also-
book?
Yeah.
And the book's good?
The book's amazing.
This is one of his newer ones, right? Stephen King's?
3 or 4 years ago, I think.
Dude, he's
Or
still
maybe
writing
it hasn't been
books.
that long. But
Yeah,
it's
he's
not
still writing.
super new.
Wow.
Um,
How many books has he written?
It's countless, man.
Yeah.
Plus, if you read his short stories, which I honestly think is some of my favorites,
And then doesn't he have another persona where he did like sci-fi stuff?
Yes, he does have another persona.
Who was it?
He still has that persona. That's like an old thing he used to do.
Yeah, there was a really popular movie that.
Well, I don't think it was a persona. He has a lot of short stories that he submitted anonymously.
But he also had a different entity.
Found out. But I think it was like Joe Schmo. It wasn't really a persona as much as it was just him submitting stories anonymously.
He had a name.
And people tracked him down and were like, hey, Stephen King wrote this.
Yeah. So The Outsider.
I recommend it. Yes, he's a master of horror, but a lot of his books, sometimes they're sci-fi, sometimes they're thriller horror, and this is one that's kind of a good mix of everything.
Well, it's like Jason Bateman's like accused of a murder. Is that correct?
Oh, you want me to explain it?
Richard
I don't know what it's about at all.
So the premise of the book and the show is one person can't be accused of a crime, but also be in another place. So just take that in. I'm going to say the word doppelganger, and then just watch the show. Go with it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So imagine if you're accused of a murder, but you also have a concrete alibi.
Nice.
But
my alibi.
They're sure you murdered this person.
If I were ever to murder someone, I would do it on a Thursday and be like, no, I record my podcast on Thursdays.
That's a concrete alibi.
Well, if there's video evidence now.
I thought you were just going to say, if I'm ever going to murder someone, it'll be on a Thursday. And that was going to be your alibi. Well, if you go back to this recording, I said I would never murder anybody on a Wednesday. So this person was murdered on Wednesday. Alibi.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. We got our bases covered.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Aaron, thank you for joining us.
Cheers.
It was a treat. Please.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the new sounds too, by the way.
That's my pleasure.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Check out bmoviesbeyond.com for all our stuff. I've been putting pictures up there on each one of these episodes, so a lot of cool stuff there. And
They're
our
fun.
store. So
Buy stuff.
Yeah.
Buy this stuff.
And we
Don't
now
buy stuff, guys.
we're working on a lot of new t-shirts, so hopefully we have some soon, Jeremy.
Yeah, sure.
They're good quality t-shirts. I have one. I love
They're
the
really
material.
soft. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So soft.
So thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Over here.
Be sure to visit bmoviesbeyond.com.